Alright, hello everybody, it's me, Clock, and we're playing Titan Arum, a visual novel about going back to move into your parents' house. Please input your preferred name here, Clock. Yeah, we'll go with Clock. The sunlight hits your eyes through the small square windows in the far wall, and you blink awake. Oh, did I mention, going back to move into your parents' old house, and seeing three very handsome boys. maybe dating them, who knows? Okay, the sunlight hits your eyes through the small square windows in the far wall, and you blink awake. Your vision is blurred for a few moments as you blink the sleep from your eyes, then groan loudly as you sit up. You don't know exactly when you woke up, but more importantly, you're not sure when you fell asleep. You never would have chosen to fall asleep at your desk, bent at the uncomfortable angle that you're now very much regretting. Unfortunately, you also can't say that this is the first time you fell asleep while working late into the night, and it won't be the last either. Your desk is littered with scattered papers, a swarm of various textures, colors, and sizes. Each page is marked with whatever writing tool you were able to get a hold of at the time. Crayons, pens, one instance of a marker that had smudged terrifically across multiple pages. Oh. Ghost! Hey, Ghost. You can lurk. All my lurkers are cool. Looks like you've been making a mess of it for weeks, despite you only being here for sub 12 hours. True to form, when you got in last night, you didn't unpack much. Your suitcase is open, shoved in a corner of the small basement studio. Your backpack is on the couch, completely deflated and looking ravaged. It was the only thing you unpacked last night, resulting in the mess that served as your pillow last night. A ring of books borders your desk, stacked high to resemble a fortress wall. There aren't nearly enough shelves down here. Excuse me? What? You're right. Where are my anime statue shelves? Anime. A ring of books. You stretch your stiff neck and rub the sleep from your eyes when suddenly, there's a sound from the floorboards above you, freezing you in place. Oh shit. A sudden moment of clarity washes over you. You realize that this must have been the sound that woke you. Creaking steps above you in the main house. You're supposed to be alone. Oh shit, wait a second. Okay, you grab the old wooden bat your father affectionately calls the security system and head upstairs, keeping a low profile. Yeah, that's what I like to hear, even better than the baseball bat. Am I American? Get the gun. It's not gonna be Get out of here. Edging to Reginald Tetra. You're sick. You're a sick bastard. And it's not Reginald. He's not jumping games. I'm sorry. Your footsteps are quiet on the stairs. It's a good thing you took your shoes off. Your sock pad against the steps. Oh, that's a nice entrance. Okay. My parents are rich. What the hell? You round the staircase into the large foyer of the main house. Front door is closed. Is that stained glass? Jesus, my parents are rich. You round the staircase into the large foyer of the main house. The front door is closed, but your ears did not deceive you. You are definitely not alone. No spear by your bed? Yeah, where's your boar spear, bro? Don't worry, Chad. I've got my gun blade next to me at all times. Who? I don't know if that's what you would start with. Who are you? They start visibly and whirl around. Oh. Sorry. Oh. This person is very tall, easily one of the tallest people you've ever seen. He's paler than most as well, his skin nearly pearlescent in color. His hair is a dark and disheveled mid-length cut, and his features down to his jawline are razor sharp. But there's one feature that really catches your gaze. His eyes. They're bright with a gold that reminds you of sunshine, and an intelligence that gives you pause. He's obviously surprised by you, but he recovers quickly. His gaze rakes you up and down, taking the sight of you brandishing your bat and likely terrified expression. His own expression relaxes quickly. He almost looks amused. That's his talking sound? Alright. My apologies. I wasn't anticipating anyone at home. His voice is deeper than you expected. You're not getting a deep voice out of me, chat. Sorry, my bad. His voice is deeper than you expected. Too deep for the litheness of his frame and features. It has a rolling quality, like thunder, that distracts you. Your answer is more sputtering than you would have hoped for. Obviously, but here I am, so... You gesture with your bat, and somewhere between a threat to swing and a sweep in his direction, you're sweating, and you pray he doesn't notice. It's okay. Yo, the people shaking and freaking out are always the most dangerous. You also hope they don't notice how disheveled you are. God, you also hope you don't have dried drool on your face. Hell yeah. Cut off the thought, it's utter nonsense. You better get out before I call the police. Or, wait, no. I called the police already, so don't make me use this bat. The lanky, frustratingly Are you kidding me? Why? Bro, I'm hard. Lanky, frustratingly attractive person before you chuckles, sending another short circuit through your brain. It's a haunting sound. Not the loveliest you've heard. It's far too visceral to be lovely. Like the dry groan of a tree trunk snapping. What? I'm very sorry. It seems there's been some kind of misunderstanding. Takes a step forward, his stance still unsettlingly relaxed. Slides a hand into his pocket. I'm supposed to be here. For the cat. You blink once. Twice. For the cat? Your mind feels sluggish, embarrassingly slow at pulling up the image of the large gray and black tabby. You gotta turn that sound down? It's way too jarring? Is it too loud? Here, I can turn it down a little bit. There. I think that's the... I guess that's the voice. I'll also turn down sound. I'll turn it all down just a little tiny bit. Okay. Bartholomew? Your face flushes red immediately. You quietly curse yourself and the damned cat. Turn it up, please. Aster's smile is a wicked edge. Amusement twinkling in those golden eyes. Oh, shit. So, may I ask your name? You clear your throat, desperately trying to dredge together some semblance of composure. Of course, I'm sorry. I'm Clock. Lovely to meet you, Clock. Aster let himself in, without knocking or anything. That's... Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I like that. Expected he didn't realize anyone was here. Weird. Really fucking weird. Unsettling, but makes sense. I mean, unsettling, but makes sense is what I would say. I feel like even if I had the keys to an empty house, I'd still knock before I came in, you know? 1 second. But maybe that's just the Canadian in me. We're gonna say the last one. Unsettling, but makes sense. Bartholomew, as if knowing what kind of embarrassment he's caused you, appears at the bottom of the stairs. Passes you without a glance and winds himself around Aster's legs, purring loudly. Your eyebrows raise, mildly impressed. Barty isn't known for talking to many people outside the family, and even then is considered more of a curmudgeonly roommate than a companion. It's as much confirmation as any that Aster is being honest with you. He's clearly familiar with the cat. He leans down, bending his long legs to scratch behind Bartholomew's ears. The cat nuzzles against him happily before making his way into the kitchen, looking back expectantly for Aster to follow. He doesn't, instead straightening himself and directing his attention to you once more. Again, my apologies for the shock. Apparently your sister failed to communicate the entirety of the plan to either of us. Your brain stutters once more, struggling to assign meaning to his words. Hear my cat go, "Meow." Your sister? Oh, of course. You roll your eyes and finally drop your stance at the bat, leaning it against the wall by the front door instead. Camilla must have asked them to check in on the cat while the family was away. It's quite like her to forget to alert you to a change of plans, actually. You sigh loudly. That makes sense. I'm sorry about this. I hate my sister. You chuckle awkwardly. Aster nods, his smile growing marginally. I saw that message. Too long didn't read. I'm happy for you, though. Or sorry that happened. Not to worry, I don't mind at all. Your face heats, and it takes effort not to avert your gaze, but you refuse to let this man get the best of you. We haven't even checked out the fit, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You look like you walked out of a black and white manga. What are you doing in my house? I hate my sister. People with siblings, is this relatable? Yes. If anyone says they don't hate their sibling, I don't trust them. They actually hate their sibling. They actually hate their sibling, actually. If they don't say it to their sibling's face, that means they actually hate their family. Weird. Okay. Your face heats and it takes effort not to avert your gaze, but you refuse to let this man get the best of you. Or at least, not let him know he has. Yeah, you gotta take me out to dinner before you can seduce me with those eyes, bud. So, are you a social worker too? You're met with the bark of a startled laughter. It's both jarring and contagious, making you smile as well. Huh, no, I'm very much not. I work in the legal department. Why did your face get all evil? I mean, if you're a lawyer, that makes sense. You snort. Fair enough, you suppose. Those are quite opposing fields at times. Are you here alone? Are you here alone? Oh, okay, alright, edging. Okay, you're clearly not edging. We're gonna put him in the baby jail for right now. All lawyers go straight to hell. Not all lawyers, you know. Not all of them. There's some really good ones, okay? Not all lawyers have to take every case, okay? He went to the stupid baby jail. He got a little too horny. Sorry, he said it like this. Are you here alone? It's still creepy no matter how you ask that question, actually. The question throws you off immediately, and you frown at him. Dude, the trip, I mean. Edging, stop. He can't come. He seems to note the discomfort he's caused, and is quick to try to amend it. Camilla mentioned the whole family was going, and yet here you are. They all went to Europe, was it? Some kind of tour? Ah, yes, that. You let a long sigh out through your nose. You're definitely not bitter about that. Definitely not bitter. He literally did his name. I told him to change his name. Yeah, unfortunately, I had a big project that overlapped a lot with the trip, so I wasn't able to go. But of course my project ended early. By the time I found out, it was too late to change the plans, so here I am. Stuck at home while my family gallivants through, I think it's Italy at the moment. Oh, rich family, bro! What is this? Oh, I see. That is quite disappointing. Damn, bro. You could have rizzed me up there. That was an opening to rizz me. You forget yourself for a moment and snort loudly, nodding. Here is. In the following pause, you mentally throttle yourself for snorting like that. Embarrassing. You smooth your hands over your clothing, half smoothing wrinkles as if you can somehow salvage this incredibly awkward introduction. Luckily, Aster is gracious enough to ignore your snort, just as he's been ignoring your disheveled state. And what do you do for work? I'm a ghostwriter. I get hired to do the brunt of writing on major projects. Books sometimes, articles, publications. This most recent contract was for a movie, and I had to be on location for the duration of it. Sounds quite glamorous. It's really not. It sounds much better than it is. My name isn't put on anything, for example. And everyone I know hates me. Boring locations, a lot of work, no credit. The money is pretty good, if I'm honest, but I move around so much that it's not much use to me. I'd rather be in Europe, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You trail off. Why are you oversharing to this stranger? He asked. This is normal. This is fine. Well, if you'd like, I can walk you through the routine for the cat. Since I'm familiar, it's quite simple. That'd be great. Thank you. He walks you through the aptly described simple routine for Barty. Camilla has been known to go overboard for her cats, but it seems at the moment she has him on a very reasonable regimen of wet food. So, how did Camilla rope you into taking care of her cat? You smirk at him a little. She's your sister, and the cat is in the house you'll be living in for the foreseeable future, so it made perfect sense for you to take care of Bartholomew. Meow. But some not quite coworker friend? A lawyer nonetheless? Well, as I'm sure you're familiar, Camilla doesn't make it easy to say no to her. You chuckle. You were very familiar. But if I'm being honest, she did persuade me in part by the idea that I might get to meet you. Your eyebrows shoot up into your hairline, and you don't even want to guess how red your face just flushed. Very, based on the feeling of it. I always thought ghostwriting was a myth as a kid. That sounds sad. Yeah, I didn't know ghosts really existed either, but here we are. I'd assume you don't get royalties, though, because it's not technically your creations. Like, technically you're writing... Yeah, I don't think you would get royalties, because technically usually ghostwriting is for, like, projects that already have, like, a script. Like, that are... Like, you didn't create, like, the topic. It's usually, like, you write a book based off of a movie, you know, stuff like that. I think. I don't know. I don't know. It's fine. Maybe you do. I don't know. Forced ghost into labor? Yeah. I pray for her. I'm not religious, though. What's up? I hear Cat. He's freaking out. Come here. Come here. Okay, he doesn't want to come here. She talks about you often, and I'll admit, I was quite curious about you. Why do you got that devilish smile right now? You look at your hands, focusing very hard on the rough edge of your thumbnail. Huh, well, I do apologize that you were so aggressively conned. Hopefully you can get some kind of work reimbursement? God, what are you even saying? This is horrible. Abort mission. You need to get out of here. Leaves my own house. I don't think that will be necessary. I'm finding it to have been very worthy of my time. You genuinely hope you burst into flames, since you don't have to make eye contact with Aster, with your face this intensely red. Your face may have actually turned purple by now. And what you're starting to suspect is a very rare act of mercy. Aster definitely changes the subject. I only moved here a few months ago. I must admit, this town is much quieter than I typically prefer. I usually find myself drawn to cities, but I chose to live nearby to shorten my commute. Perhaps you can enlighten me on some local entertainment. Huh. Sadly, not likely. This town makes small towns look busy. It's barely a town at all. Everything is so far apart from everything else. Okay, I got a posture check. So make sure you're sitting up straight, chat. Get those feet flat on the ground. Make sure you're looking at your monitor correctly, or your phone. Just make sure your back's straight and you're not a goblin, okay? So you're a seasoned local, I take it. Yeah, the house is new, but the town. We've been here as long as I can remember. And I got some hydrates. Do some hydrates too. Drink up. Ugh. That's some good water. And I wasted very little time running for the hills. Not that it can't be a nice place to live. It's just not my thing. Bro, you sound like you're gonna pull an anvil out of your pocket, Looney Tunes style. Please. And what is your thing, exactly? Goblins may not watch me. All my homies hate goblins. I'm best bros with the Goblin Slayer, okay? All my homies hate goblins. I enjoyed Boston a lot. It's got the city energy, but it's not quite as crowded as Manhattan. Aster is strangely easy to talk to, even while fumbling and humiliating yourself with a shocking amount of regularity. Talking to him is effortless. Too effortless, honestly. You clamp your mouth shut on your next words before you can embarrass yourself further. He's charming, calm, clever, exactly the kind of person Camilla would usually befriend. He's also a vampire. You wonder why she's never mentioned it before, even with him being new. What if he was just lying? We gotta call our sister to make sure. Well, I won't keep you further, given that I obviously interrupted your day. No, well, I mean, yes, but no, it wasn't a problem, thank you. Oh my god, stop talking while you're ahead. I did set aside this time to continue checking on the cat for the remainder of the week. If you don't mind, I have no problem continuing to do so. It's tempting to say yes just to have him by again, but it's so much of an imposition that you can't bring yourself to agree. No, I couldn't ask that. Thank you, though. It's very kind of you. Aster acquiesces and heads to the door. You walk with him, already making a mental note to ask Camilla why she hasn't talked about him before. They must get along pretty well for her to talk about your family with him. What if he's just a stalker? It was a genuine pleasure meeting you, Clock. I hope our paths cross again soon. You collected yourself enough to at least not flush completely maroon at this and sputter out a goodbye. Slam the door behind him. With your unexpected guest now gone, you head down to get ready for the day. Traveling yesterday was exhausting, and you can't shake the feeling that you didn't sleep at all, probably thanks to sleeping at your desk rather than a bed. You finish unpacking the majority of your clothes, tossing dirty clothes into one pile, clean into another. You want to wash up, take a shower, refresh yourself, but the books are a problem. They're piled on nearly every surface of the room, including the floor, making navigating the space unnecessarily nightmarish. You decide instead to change out of your travel clothes, splash your face with some water, brush your teeth, and spend a good chunk of the day clearing your floor. Nice and clean. Finally, you put most of your books on some shelf or another and place all your current research within easy access, piled on your desk and on the kitchenette counter. There's a kitchenette down here, bro? I have 2 separate desks. I have 2 separate desks. It's a studio, so my bed is in here, and there's a kitchenette. Where is it? Behind me. Your phone buzzes loudly. You anticipate Camilla checking in Barty, but the name is one that surprises you. Theo. Theo was the kind of friend who had always almost been something, but never was for one reason or another. It'd been a while since you'd last spoken. More than a year, the last time you'd been living in the area. Theo. Hey, Clock, I heard you're back in town. You stare at your phone, trying to decide what to do next when it buzzes again. He's back. He's back, chat. Okay, let's see what happens. Want to catch up? You respond with, can't shake the feeling you didn't sleep at all. You're feeling okay, but moreover, you wouldn't feel right turning them away. You're kind of tired, but you're willing to spend time with them. I mean, I should save, right? I don't know what the icons are. Chat, what do you feel right turning them? I think all of these are the same, actually. This is the illusion of choice. You're kind of tired, but you're willing to spend time with them. Yeah, that one. No sooner than you send off your response do you hear knocking on the door upstairs. Oh my god. You sigh to yourself. You like seeing Theo, but part of you had hoped you'd have some time to mentally prepare. Bro really just texted me outside my front door, god damn it. Go to open the door and let Theo in. They smile broadly when they see you, but you know them too well for that. You can see the nervousness in their eyes. Okay, alright. Oh, you know this guy, you know we get up to some adventures. Bro's wearing the flip-flops? He got those dogs out for free? You know that we go on adventures in the night, okay? You know that we be singing drunk on the street in the middle of the night, okay? I've done that with my homies a couple times when I was younger. They smile broadly when they see you, but you know them too well for that. You can see the nervousness in their eyes. Hey, it's so nice to see you. Hope just stopping by was fine. You bite back your reflex response of, well, it has to be, I guess, and instead smile at them, waving them inside. Hey, at least you knocked. Why wouldn't I knock? Sorry, ignore me. There's just been an unusual amount of visitors today. You wave Theo inside, they look around, admiring the grand foyer entrance. It was certainly much larger than your old family home. The house is very nice. Thanks, it was built in the 1800s or something. Dad is very into it. As he should be. It's something to be proud of. Please, tell him I said congratulations. You grin at them. Theo defaults to politeness when they're nervous. They've done this since they were 8 years old, something that made you fast friends. There was something you found genuinely hilarious about an 8-year-old being so formal at that age. True to form, Theo holds out their hand for you to shake, and you snort back a laugh before grasping it and shaking it with cartoonish vigor. Hello, sir. Yes, how do you do? They roll their eyes at your terrible joke, but it has the desired effect, and their smile relaxes. Come on, my place is downstairs. You lead them down to the basement apartment, moving some notebooks off the couch to make room for you to sit. As you move the books, you notice one on top of the pile that you don't remember putting there. It's a play titled The King in Yellow. Wait, why is that glitching out? The King in Yellow? What is this? A Cthulhu horror game? Wait, excuse me? Oh, never mind. It's a book titled The Shadow over Innsmouth. So this game is tagged a little bit. Tagged with horror. Now, I thought it might have been Yandere shenanigans, but maybe this is actually a bit of a horror game, chat. Well, let's find out before we go anywhere. Straight to the bedroom? For the homies? They don't even need to ask, okay? You hold it a moment longer before placing it off to the side again. You feel like you're forgetting something you want to remember, but it doesn't matter right now. I see you're still traveling with all your books. This isn't all my books. Oh, I see. Very funny. You roll your eyes at them and take a seat. So, how was your trip? You smile stiffly. This is the difficult part with Theo. Despite the fact that you've been friends for more than 2/3 of your lives, every meeting after time apart it feels like this. Awkward. Forced. It's hard to remember in these moments that it won't stay that way, but it's true. Eventually it goes back to normal and you're so glad to have them in your life. This though, this was by far the longest you've ever gone without talking. Regularly at least. Don't do this to your homie, bro. Don't overthink. He just wants to know how was your trip, man. That's all he wants to know. You know, you can make out later, okay? Just don't overthink this, you know? You're homies for life. You could not talk to your homie for years, and you're still gonna be best buds, okay? I haven't talked to one of my best friends for 5 years, and I know that, like, if I call on him, he will be there, and we will laugh and game, and we will be best bros, okay? That's how homies are, okay? It was long. I'm tired, but it's nice to be back. I'm glad the project is done. It was not my favorite. You can see the question form in their mind, almost form on their tongue. Then why go? Why go so far for so long? But neither of you want to have that fight again, so they go in a different direction. Well, I'm glad to have you back, Clock. I'd love to go back to seeing you more often. Me too, Theo. This is a slightly too long pause. So, how long are you back then? They're trying to be neutral about it, but you can see how nervous this question makes them. I'm actually going to be around for a while. I don't plan on taking any new projects anytime soon. Really? Why not? You love to travel. You smile at their sincerity. Your wanderlust may have been the cause of many fights, but they never deny you of it. Yeah, I do, but I'm tired of working on other people's ideas, at least for now. I want to do something on my own. That's amazing. You should. I've always said your talents were better spent on your own stuff. There's a pause. You know they mean well, but the comment still makes your teeth clench. It's the same thing they said the last time you spoke. That selling your skills without taking credit was a waste of your abilities, like you were participating in some grand deception of the public. Yeah, I know. Anyway, how's work for you? Actually, it's great. That certainly wasn't the answer you were expecting. For years, Theo had been working in a job where they hated their boss, their work, basically everything but their paycheck. I left my old job, obviously, if things weren't going well. I ended up reaching out to... You remember that restaurant on Carmen Street? The one with the fire last year? You nod. Well, this woman, her name is... Well, it doesn't matter. But she bought the restaurant and completely remodeled it. She brought on a new executive chef, and they brought me on as their chef de pâtissier. Sorry, chef de pâtissier? I'm pretty sure it's not airy. It's chef de pâtissier, I think. Your grin is genuine, and you feel the relief flood through as the awkwardness shadows. By the way, guys, if you don't know what that is, the pâtissier, it is basically the baker, the desserts guy. That's like really impressive, though. That's really cool. Theo, that's amazing. You've wanted this for so long. I'm so proud of you for going after it. Thanks. Yeah, you're right. And I should have told you about it right away, but I wanted to see the look on your face. It makes it feel more real. You take their hand in yours and give it a firm squeeze before pulling it back into your own lap and clasping your hands together. It really is different when you love what you do. I'm sorry I didn't understand that before. Your smile falters slightly, but you manage to keep it in place. That's okay. You get it now, right? They proceed to tell you every detail of their new job, including several that go over your head, like the ideal baking soda to baking powder ratio. So, what's the clock project? Oh, you know, Big Ben, I'm thinking. The question comes out of nowhere, and for a moment you're too surprised to answer. Theo never asks about your writing. You're working on a horror play script, tragic screenplay, mystery novel. Horror. Horror. Damn, that sounds cool. When it gets to the big stage, though, I'm gonna need you to tease me mercilessly if I cry. I'm a wuss. You laugh, hard enough to let them know you absolutely can't make that kind of promise. You're laughing too hard to hide it, and they grin awkwardly, waiting out your amusement with flushed cheeks. Theo glances over and sees a book on the table, plucking it up. Wedged between the pages is the bookmark you've had for several years. It's a series of cut-up plane tickets, all taped up together, each trimmed down to show only the date and destination. Current read. Research, I take it. You fight the urge to snatch the book from their hands. You're not sure why it bothers you so much that they hold it, but your fingers twitch in your lap. Yeah, I'd say research. It's an interesting one. It's hard to explain, though. One of those unknowable horror books, you know? But I don't think you'd like it. Too scary. Damn, horror books. You force a smile and they nod, placing the book down between you. You grab it, holding it in your lap and running your thumb over the pages. The book is soft from wear and age, and pieces of paper sit loosely pressed within it. I read something that had a similar vibe a few weeks ago. I bet you'd really like it. I could bring it for you at some point, maybe. You smile at them and nod. That'd be great. I'll add it to the list. My viewers know what happens when something's added to the list. A yawn distorts your last word, and you cover your mouth to block most of it. I should let you rest. You're obviously tired, and you only just got home. They stand, wiping their palms on their pants, anxiously before turning to face you. You stand as well, and there's a long pause. I'll walk you to the door. This is new. Usually once the awkwardness passes, it's passed, at least until the next gap of communication. But it's already returned with a vengeance, and you find yourself walking them up the stairs in tense silence. Well, thanks for having me over. Of course, it was good to see you again, and I'll see you soon. They hesitate at the door, shifting their weight back and forth before holding their arms out to you for a hug. They let you decide whether to close the distance or not, but you know you couldn't bear the idea of leaving your oldest friend there like that. Yeah, give him a hug. Give him some huggies. The hug feels awkward. Come on, man. Pull him in. Pull him in. Kiss him on the cheek. Smack his ass. Give him a little squeeze. You still fit together as naturally as you always have. Your arms are wrapped around their torso. One of theirs is around your shoulder, the other cradling the back of your head gingerly. Oh, that's kind of... Excuse me, you gonna kiss me? Come over here. Mwah. But something feels strange about it, and you have a suspicion that it has to do with how loudly their heart pounds in their ribs. Bro, you didn't get the hint, me. He wanted to kiss you. He literally has his... Bro has his hand on the back of your head. He doesn't want to pull you in, but like you didn't move forward? You didn't... Oh my lord, dude. You head back downstairs, flinging yourself onto the bed. It's the first time you've actually laid on it, and it's surprisingly comfortable. You roll over and are about to take an ill-advised, far too late in the day to be a good idea nap. When your phone buzzes, you don't bother containing your loud groan before you grab it. Now what? This time, it actually is Camilla, sending you pictures from the trip. You scroll through them with a half smile on your face. Most of them are your dad trying to pretend he's holding up the Leaning Tower of Pisa, failing, and looking like he's subsequently on the brink of being crushed by the landmark. Come on, you can't not go to the Leaning Tower of Pisa and take a picture like that, okay? There's two pictures guys take when they go to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and it's either holding up the tower, or let's just say... It's my peanuts. It's 2 photos, okay? And I much prefer the holding up the tower, but the other one's pretty funny too. Your mom is visible in the foreground, blushing furiously and definitely pretending not to know your dad. The top of Camilla's forehead and one eye is visible in the bottom left corner of some of the pictures. You assume she was trying to take both a selfie and capture your parents' antics in the same photo. You feel an odd tug on your heart, a pang that tugs down the corner of your mouth. It's almost like loneliness. Feeling left out, maybe? Not for the first time. You wish they could have planned their trip just a few weeks later, so you could have gone too. You close the conversation out without answering her. The rest of your evening passes uneventfully. Bartholomew has made his first appearance since Aster had left, refusing to enter the studio and choosing instead to cry loudly from just outside the door. Yep, sounds like a cat. You try to go out and gather him, but he refuses to let you catch him, much less bring him into the studio apartment. Upon giving up, he inevitably returns, yowling once more and pacing by the stairs. You follow him up the stairs, wondering if maybe Barty is going to lead you to what he wants, but he simply paces around the foyer, meowing plaintively. Yep, that sounds like my cat. He sounds so distressed that it upsets you, but you're helpless. You don't know what he wants. Finally, he goes upstairs and you give up. Maybe he just misses Camilla. Cats don't understand the difference between gone for a while and gone forever. It's late and you still haven't eaten, but to be honest, you're really not hungry either. Did I feed the cat? You force yourself to eat anyways, at least something small. You're good. No need to force the issue. You'll eat when you get hungry. You're gonna feel like shit in the morning. You're gonna feel like shit in the morning if you don't have something small. Eat something small, you know, just an apple. You know, you could have an apple, you have some fruit. You can have something small. You find a snack in the small kitchenette pantry and nibble on it briefly before putting it away. Just can't bring yourself to really eat when you don't feel hungry at all. In fact, now you feel a little nauseous. You sigh. Oh, well, fuck. I didn't know I was a bitch-ass baby. No. Didn't know I was a bitch boy. You expected the cat to come back, but now it's not even meowing at your door anymore. Decide to go upstairs and set out its wet food for dinner and one of the treats Camilla left. You thought Barty would want to spend more time with you. It's been a while since you were around him, but he always liked you up until now, even if he was Camilla's cat, not yours. That's the first time. I have a horrible connection, though. Okay, yeah, see ya, dude. Not to mention, with no one else home, you're really the only option for cuddles or affection. But even with the food and the treats out, it still doesn't come to you. You wait for a while, even taking some steps back and waiting farther back to see if he'll come, calling him a few more times. He doesn't come, although you hear the sound of him scampering around upstairs, playing with something. Can't help but feel a bit rejected by the cat, maybe a little offended. Please tell me there's not another person in my house. At the very least, the cat's behavior is strange. Maybe Barty just doesn't remember you. That's not true. He's probably just mad that Camilla isn't here. Maybe. Barty is avoiding you. Probably. You're not sure why, but he obviously has some kind of change of heart over you. You decide to leave the door open for Bartholomew anyway, in case he changes his mind or wants to sleep with you, rather than by himself in Camilla's room. You settle in for the evening and pick up the book you started on the flight. You constantly forget the title. It's something about monarchies and... No, wait, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, it's about wearing yellow? Something about that? You got it at a tag sale, and the cover is so worn that you can't make out the title page anymore. Like many older books and plays, it also doesn't have a title page inside the book. It simply begins. Ugh, good water. Drink up, chat. So you have to settle for what you remember from the description the man at the tag sale gave. It's an old, obscure play with a strange reputation, but the first act has been mind-numbingly boring. It's supposed to be a very dramatic psychological thriller-type play, but so far, mundane at best. You remove your plane ticket bookmark from the book and resume reading. Predictably, you don't make it very far before falling asleep. Damn. The next morning is uneventful, thankfully. You didn't rest particularly well, but you're feeling much more productive, if only because some sourceless anxiety is buzzing through your veins, more effective than any caffeine. You unpack your suitcases, reorganize your books once more, and feed the cat, who still hasn't made a reappearance from last night. For just a moment, there's a tug of worry, and then you realize he's probably still sound asleep upstairs. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's Cat. Cats fuck around a lot, chat. If you got a cat, you know what's up. Cats, like, they don't give a fuck, man. If you want a cat, you will never see your cat, okay? That is the truth to cats. You sit down at your desk, your new pile of books stacked on the corner along with a few of your notebooks and a journal you used to keep track of ideas. Your current read from the tag sale is on the top of the pile. It was boring, but in flipping through the pages this morning, you thought you saw something interesting in the second half of the book. You immediately turned the pages away to avoid spoilers, but it reignited your interest in the book. Just as you open your notebook to start brainstorming, your phone rings. You consider completely removing the battery from your phone for a brief moment, but you stop yourself. Damn. You sigh loudly, seeing the caller ID and answer. What, Oscar? It's a contracted editor you worked with on your last job, and a pain in the ass. Or wait, was it the job before? No, that doesn't make sense. This most recent job... Did Jack pay you? You blink, confused for a moment, then frown. Yeah, of course he did. Pfft, of course. That bastard is a piece of shit. Ending the project like he did. He would absolutely be the type not to. Oscar's typically gruff voice is dripping with venom, so he is definitely still mad. No, you cannot. You cannot edge to me. What? Hey, Ghost, by the way. I'm sorry, you might have missed the introduction of the emo boy, and then... Yes, you... No, don't answer for me, you sickos. You cannot give permission. You can't come. Oscar's typically gruff voice is dripping with venom, so he's definitely still... Alright, goodbye, edging. Alright, baby jail again. Alright, well, damn. Concerning. Bro's got it all over his monitor. Okay. Oscar, get to the point. Did you actually look at your check yet, Clock? You haven't, actually. You put Oscar on hold and dig through your bag until you find the stiff white envelope with your last check in it. How did you not look? What? Opening it, you immediately spot the problem and groan loudly. You take Oscar off hold and shoulder the phone to your ear. He gave me your check instead of mine. Indeed he fucking did. I don't suppose it's too much to hope that you have mine? Apparently not, 'cause I do. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least it's just a straight exchange. The last thing you want to do is track down other members of the dismissed crew. Ironically, Oscar is probably the easiest to deal with, even if it's only because he still doesn't know about your part in ending the project. Well, that's good at least. We have very different versions of good, Scribbles. Don't fucking call me that, spell check. Oscar makes a sound that could have been a quick laugh, but was probably more like huffed profanity. Fuck! I'm going to come get it. Your eyebrows shoot up. That you did not expect. I'm home. Yeah, no shit, I'll be there in 15. What? Fucking hell. The line drops and you're left staring at your phone, dumbfounded. Oh, okay, he's gonna come... Okay, sure. Your eyes immediately drift to the journal with your notes from the job. The script edits Oscar was supposed to finish. But you did it instead, faster than he could, ending the job early and snagging nearly a third of his pay. It was enough to work on your own project for a while. That's shitty as fuck! Bro! That's kind of fucked up. That's kind of fucked up. Bro, I actually just stole someone's job. That's fucked. You shove the journal into your bag and toss it into a corner of the room. It's much easier to push the guilt aside when the evidence isn't staring at you. Poll, should chat forever and always be allowed to edge Clock's butter baby voice? Alright, Beanslug, baby jail. Baby jail, bye. See you later. No, kidding. I couldn't do that to him. But thanks for thinking I have a butter baby voice. It is quite childish, I will admit, and quite high-pitched. Your gut clenches suddenly, the fizzing in your blood spiking to panic. Oscar had opened the check and seen that it wasn't his name, but had he seen the amount written on the check? Was the pay stub easily visible? I mean, probably. You pace your room anxiously for the next 15 minutes. It had seemed far too soon, now it feels infinitely too long. A loud banging noise echoes into your ears. It's Oscar, who sounds like he's on the verge of breaking and entering. You dash up the stairs to meet him, taking them two at a time. The exertion almost gives you an excuse for your quickening pulse. Wow. Hello, Romeo, dude. What's up? Opening the door, you're immediately reminded of exactly how huge Oscar really is. Bro's wearing double the belts to keep these pants up. Damn. While working on set, you were both usually at a vague distance, only interacting when you fight about the script or who finished the coffee without refilling the pots. He feels your door frame, perhaps even more so because his arms are crossed and he's glaring already. How did you get here so fast? Oscar rolls his eyes, ignoring your question entirely and looking around the foyer with an arched brow instead. He's also a holy man, Christian! Ah! This is some house, huh? It's my parents', not mine. Didn't know you came from money, Scribbles. Don't call me that, and I don't. My parents just bought this place. Dad's a retired contractor. He's been saving for forever to buy this house. This one, specifically. You shrug. Yep, specifically this one. He likes old houses, and there aren't many in town, so... What if this turns out to be, like, Lovecraft's, like, house, and that's why there's, like, the king in yellow, and... I just live in the apartment downstairs. For now, anyways. You gonna give me my... Or, you gonna give me my check or what? I left it downstairs. Oscar lets out a deflated sigh. Just come downstairs with me. I made some coffee. The hospitality is a reflex of courtesy of your mother's strong belief that all hosts should be providing refreshments to their guests, of course. And the presence of coffee demands its subsequent distribution. Oscar sighs loudly once more, but you see the corner of his mouth twitch at the reference to your old war ground. Fine. Not for long, though. Obviously. Why does everyone I know live in this town? I thought we like left to go traveling. Heading into your studio, you swing past the counter to turn off your coffee percolator before it can burn its contents. You pour out 2 mugs, the aroma quickly overwhelming the small space. You push the fuller one towards Oscar. Black coffee, just how he likes it. The second mug gets a pour of your favorite vanilla-flavored creamer until the liquid is more tan than brown. Ooh. Oscar makes a noise of disgust, rolling his eyes but saying nothing. He gave up on getting you to drink coffee properly some time ago. Nah, fuck that. Coming from someone who drinks coffee black, I drink coffee black. It definitely tastes better with more, like, sugar and cream. Like, I just drink it black because I don't care. It really almost looks like Clock if he was more muscular and tall. Okay. Okay, no? Where's his cat ears? Bro's curly hair, okay? Oscar makes a noise of disgust. Rolling his... Okay, I said that. He takes a deep sip, then sighs, sounding almost content. This isn't shit coffee, Scribbles. I'm impressed. The sweeter, the better? Sugar and coffee? Ew. Okay, alright. Nah, it's good. It's good. Trust me, guys. Coffee-flavored stuff tastes a lot better than coffee, okay? Coffee tastes best when it's super expensive, and that's lame, okay? I'm gonna tell you right now. And, you know what's just better than coffee? Like cappuccinos, okay? Cappuccinos and lattes. That's where it's really at, actually. When men move on from black coffee to a latte or a cappuccino, that's how you know they've finally grown up and got that stupid toxic masculinity out of them. Coffee crisp. I mean, black coffee's not, like, don't get me wrong, it's not bad, but, like, I don't want to hear people, I hate it when people say, like, that's the only way to drink it. I'm like, nah, you gotta admit, it's kind of gross. Unless it's really expensive. I've had really expensive coffee, like, twice, and it was actually pretty good, just black, but, fuck that, so, and then you could just get a cheap latte or cappuccino, and I know that's not coffee exactly, because that's technically espresso, but that's, like, way better. Don't call me that. And thanks. I know. He scoffs and takes another deep sip. So, how are you doing post-Columbus fallout? You shrug, not wanting to talk much about Columbus. I'm still shocked. They screwed over so many people by ending early the way they did. I mean, I understand wanting to cut costs overall, but... Usually we're kept on for months into filming. I'm sure a bunch of us were counting on that. I know I was. Oh no! Oh no! Bro, I literally stole this man's livelihood. Oh no. You look down at your coffee, swirling it slowly in your mug. Creamer that hasn't mixed in yet sits on the surface, creating clouds of near white. You try to identify shapes in them like clouds. Oh my god, how much creamer did I put in this? Never mind, that might be too much. You don't want to think about this right now. Probably not ever. I tried drinking black coffee once and hated it. I like my coffee fake and diluted. Please don't put more than half the cup of creamer, okay? That's all I ask of you people, okay? Because, not because it won't taste better, it will taste better, but that's like a meal. Cream is really bad for you. Christopher Columbus? Yes, how did you know? That's who this is. This is Christopher Columbus. When you look up, Oscar is looking at you with a serious expression, but when he speaks, it's to change the subject, to your significant relief. So, what's your next project then? Gonna scribble for some 20-something socialite who thinks they need an autobiography before 25? You snort. He sounds like Theo. God forbid those two ever meet. No, actually, I'm gonna take some time away from ghostwriting. I'm hoping to get my own project off the ground. Oh, really? Huh. You raise your eyebrows back at him, but to your surprise, he smiles a few moments later. Glad to hear it. I think you do well with your own piece. Let me know if you need an editor. Lord knows I've got time. Hey. Thanks for being supportive, homie. Get over here and kiss me. Your mouth hangs open, and it takes you a solid few moments to regain control of your jaw. By the way, guys, I don't know why, but in my head right now, would this guy not look 10 times sexier if he had a sword in a sheath right here? A little bit of like a shoulder pauldrons, maybe? You know, I don't know why. I'm just imagining him in like slightly medieval gear, and I'm like, wow, he'd be really hot. Your mouth hangs open, and it takes you a solid few moments to regain control of your jaw. Wow, really? Thanks, Oscar. I'll take you up on that. Damn, Scribbles. I offer one favor, and you drop the name-calling just like that. Had I known you were so easy to please. What? Excuse me? There's something absolutely sinful in how he lets his voice trail off. How gravelly his tone becomes. Okay, well, I can't do a voice like that. I'm sorry, chat. Your face flushes in a way that you don't like or understand, forcing you to look away for a few moments to gather yourself. Damn, he is down bad. I am apparently down bad too. What about you? What's next? You can feel him still smirking, still watching you. Right. Next for me. His tone draws your eyes back to his face. There's some brokerage happening in the next town over. Sale of land between the town and a major corporation moving in. I'm editing the contracts for the sale. It's thrilling work, I assure you. You're not sure what to say, frowning and gripping your coffee cup tighter. Your fingertips ache slightly with the pressure. What? Why? Oh, don't look at me like that, Scribbles. Like what? I wasn't looking at you like anything. You absolutely were looking at me like something. It's not a big deal, really. It's a boring little job, but the pay's not bad at all. Worst part of the whole deal, well, besides the boredom, is the crappy motel I'm staying at. Is it the one off the main road coming into town? He nods, and you wince. Crappy motel indeed. Hey, you can always stay with me. You know, I got a king-size bed right here, waiting for you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Oscar. We want the emo boy. Sorry. Yep, I see you're familiar. Chuckle a bit and shrug. You could say it has a reputation. For what? Actually, no, don't tell me. I don't want to know. In fact, I have at least another week and a half there. I get the impression that it's imperative for me to not know. You laugh, unable to contradict him, and he grins at you. Well, I should get going. Get out of your hair and all that. He tosses back the rest of his coffee like it's a double of vodka. You can't help but shudder at the sight. No! I actually do that all the time with my coffee. Your mouth unpleasantly fills with saliva at the thought of drinking so much black coffee so fast. You go and get his check, then hand it off to him. I always do that because I can't drink like boiling hot coffee. Like, I just can't do that. And then there's this like 5 minutes of perfect temperature. Just fucking glug 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 glug. In that 5 minutes, I'm just downing the coffee before it gets too cold. I'll walk you up. Thanks for the coffee, Scribbles. As you get to the top of the stairs, he looks around, looking deep in thought. This house is very unsettling vibes. You stare at him, taken aback. What are you talking about? You can't feel it. It's very disconcerting. Spooky, even. Creepy. You know, it'd probably be a great setting for your book. You like that kind of stuff. You're not sure how he knows this about you, but you're more focused on him calling your parents' home creepy. That's incredibly rude of you. He crows with laughter, shaking his head. Well, my apologies to the house and its ornery occupant. It was not my intention to offend. You roll your eyes. Oscar offends so frequently that you have a hard time believing that. By the way, how did you know where I lived? His gaze becomes focused, piercing. He's like, I may have been stalking you. He looks you directly in the eyes with an intensity you're not sure you like. It's written on the check scribbles. He watches your reaction for a long moment before he taps the envelope with his new check against your forehead. He opens the door and is about to step out when he turns to you. Really though, this would be a great setting for your project. Feels like something here is waiting to devour you. You stare at him, wide-eyed. You feel found out, somehow, and glare at him. Get out, spell check. He grins again, mimes tipping an invisible hat in your direction, and is gone. Good day, mate. You slam the door behind him. Bastard. Heading back downstairs, your annoyance ebbs away quickly, eroded by the intense desire to write. I actually like him the most. Is it bad that I kind of like chatting with him the most? You don't even make it to your desk, snatching up a notebook from the couch and plopping down, your pen scrawling over the page so quickly the words connect to each other. The ideas hardly have time to register in your mind before they flow to the page. When you next look up, the sun is long set. Still, you don't quite register how long you've been contorted on the couch, scribbling away until you stand up and every joint in your body protests. You stretch and groan loudly. Yo, this sounds like a good time for a stretch check. Chat, we're an hour in. Do a stretch for me. I think I said in the last Blackout Hospital video, I actually asked chat, and some members of chat, I won't out who it was, said they actually really enjoyed it. They really wanted me to do the sexy voice, my attempt of the, shake one out for Daddy Clock, chat. Yeah, whip it out. They said they really liked it, and I don't know why, and I don't really want to know why. But, please do. Stay healthy, stay fit, stay loose, stay, ready. Which seems to alert Bartholomew that you have returned to the world of the living. Can you just mute the game and say that real quick? No, I'm never doing that. You hear him start to meow loudly from the top of the stairs for his dinner. That's too cringe. This game is reminding me I need to start writing again. Hell yeah, start writing. Keep a journal on you. Start writing. That's what I do. I keep my journal right next to me. Keep all my ideas in the journal. You head upstairs to placate this little beast. He waits at the top of the stairs, mouth open and little pink nose upturned as he cries, seemingly oblivious to your approach until the final moment. What? Cat? Startled at your sudden closeness, he bolts away from you and into the foyer, and a loud crash immediately follows. Bolting up the last few stairs, you round the corner to see what made the noise. Bartholomew is nowhere to be seen, but the contents of the hall table have been scattering. Most of the table is set to rights easily enough, except the family portrait, taken after you got your first ghostwriting contract and were about to cross the country. It was an old picture, Camilla in her graduation cap and a gown at Mom's instruction, you holding up the contract with the same pose that Camilla cradled her college degree. The frame had fallen, although the heavy frame itself had stayed intact. It was made of some kind of burnished metal, meant to look like solid silver, but felt much too heavy and much too hard to be real. The glass, however, had cracked, a jagged crack from the corner to the middle. Sorry, Chad, I think I'm losing my voice a little bit. Been talking too much, yapping. From the corner to the middle of the pane that then spiders out. Oh, loose pieces threatening to spill everywhere. I thought spiders came out of it. Carefully, you open the back of the frame, and remove the picture so it isn't cut by the loose glass. As you do, you notice that the corner of the picture has a dark red, almost brown smudge on the bottom corner. You frown, rubbing your finger over it. It looks like blood. But how is that possible? Did you cut yourself? Glance over your hands. You don't think so. You don't think so. Why is it glitching out? Do you guys see that? It's like glitching a little bit. Rubbing at the picture again with your fingernail, you shift the photo back and forth. You can't see the blood mark anymore, just the slight reflection of the hall light against the smooth finish of the picture. Dude, I think bro was right. I think this place is a little haunted. Oscar? Are you a psychic? You put the picture down on the table and take the frame to the kitchen, barely keeping the pieces of glass in place, and upend the glass pane from the frame into the garbage. Pleased with the ease of the cleanup, you put the metal frame back on the hall table next to the picture. It's void of its pane, but still perfectly intact otherwise. You put Barty's food in his bowl and call him, even trying to tempt him by shaking his treat bag, but he doesn't reappear. He was probably spooked when he knocked the frame over. You roll your eyes at his cowardice. You're briefly tempted to go check on him. He's probably just hiding in Camilla's room when your phone starts making a loud chirping noise from downstairs. Find your phone and shut off the alarm. Odd, you don't remember setting it. It's simply titled Edits. Probably something to do with the project in Columbus. You run your tongue over your teeth, briefly wrestling with some unsettling feeling in your stomach before deleting the alarm completely. Turn your attention to your desk, trying to find the best way to sort all your books. Somehow you've made a complete mess of them already. Clock, why do you not want me... Because that's not what I want in this chat, edging. As you shuffle through, some scraps of paper fall out of one of the books and scattering across the floor. You stoop to pick them up, looking through them. These are notes from your last project. Why did it get so spooky? What the f... You frown. Something feels off. How did they get in that book? You don't remember putting them there. The content between that script and this book are completely different. You wouldn't have used a horror story for a reference for the Columbus script. It makes no sense. Trying to make sense of it is starting to give you a headache. You put the book and the notes on your desk. It doesn't really matter anyways. Right? You rub your temples, tired, and decide to call it a night. You change into pajamas, set up your laptop, and put on your favorite show to help you fall asleep. Nice. 1 Pete. It takes a few hours of canned laughter, but you finally doze off. You sleep through the night, fitfully, never fully succumbing to rest. You jerk up, every sense on high alert, trying to figure out what's setting off your internal alarms. Ding 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 ding. Your eyes snap open, your body lurching with panic before your mind can catch up to the why. Hello? You sigh loudly, relief flooding your system. Just a minute. You throw some jeans on under your pajama shirt, taking deep breaths as your system tries to come back down from the jolt of adrenaline. By the time you head upstairs, everything except your heart seems to have gotten the memo and slowed to a reasonable pace. Boozoink. Hey. Good morning. Your voice is still raspy from sleep. Your words a groggy mumble. You look like you didn't sleep well. You blink a few times, letting your brain catch up. Did he just say you look tired? You frown slightly. He's not wrong, but it's still a pretty rude thing to say. Although the way he says it makes you feel like it was intended as such. What? Daniel? What? What? Yeah, well, I guess I've been pretty tired lately. Probably jet lag from traveling. You shrug. I've been a bit of a mess all around, actually. I keep misplacing things, losing my train of thought. You force a chuckle and bite your tongue before you embarrass yourself further. What is it about this person that makes you want to overshare like this? Makes your cheeks warm. Golden eyes. Golden name. King in yellow. Huh? What? No, he couldn't be. He couldn't be just some eldritch being, right? Well, I'm sure it doesn't help that I've rudely awoken you twice. Your next chuckle doesn't have to be forced, and you shrug, waving away his comments. I realized late last night that I still had the house key, and I don't have your number, so I thought I'd swing by and drop it off. I shouldn't have let myself in, though. I apologize. I knocked several times, but when I didn't get a response... It's okay, you're fine. I'm just jumpy lately. Probably from staying in this old-ass house by myself. Let me make it up to you. I'll make us breakfast. No, I couldn't. Please, it's the least I could do after catch you so entirely off guard. Twice. They look you up and down and... Hey, don't... Boys, please, don't share your Discord. This is going on YouTube, boys. Maybe just Twitch Whisper or something. I don't know. They look you up and down as they say this, distinctly seeming to eye your pajamas to make their point. You cave. You're not particularly hungry, but you appreciate the gesture and find yourself soothed at the idea of spending time with Aster. He heads into the kitchen and you follow to help him set up. To your surprise, he goes straight for the cabinet with the pans, maneuvering his way through the kitchen without any trouble. You stare for a moment, surprised. What? Andrew Graves' lover for life. Alright, bro. Alright. Now you really need to go to horny jail. Catches your stare and smirks, seemingly pleased to have caught you by surprise. Wait, he's the guy who got banned for... Never mind. Nah, that's that dude. Get him out of here. Escort him right out. Don't worry about me. I've got this. Why don't you go finish waking up? Perhaps wash up. I don't want you to completely disrupt your morning routine. You begin to argue, but you acquiesce when he cuts you off with a spatula wave. He's got a point. It would be nice to brush your teeth and put on clothes that are a little less pajama and a little more outfit. You can't ban a gooner. Oh, I can ban a gooner. We only accept goons here, not gooners. You go back downstairs and wash up quickly. Right, boys? Aye, boss. You go back downstairs and wash up quickly, brushing your teeth and splashing your face with water. You don't even know what a goon is. You couldn't rob a store if you tried. You couldn't fight a supervillain if I asked. There's one of my goons right now. Get him. Get him, boys. Get him. After, you change into an outfit that looks like you're at least trying to be part of the world today. You rub your hands over your face in an attempt to make yourself appear a bit more alert and presentable. But you give up after a few minutes in favor of heading back upstairs and rejoining Aster in the kitchen. You arrive upstairs to see Aster sitting plates down on the counter. Take a seat at the counter and he places a steaming cup of coffee, already pale with creamer, in front of you, before taking the seat beside you. Hey, how'd you know I like my coffee that way? That's a very odd way to make someone's coffee without knowing them. Aster, why'd you know that? The plate before you is laden with scrambled eggs, a few slices of bacon, some toast, and strawberries carefully sliced into quarters. Wow, that is literally what I had for breakfast like 2 days ago. It's a beautiful meal, and it smells delicious, but you just aren't hungry. Not wanting to reject his kindness or the gesture itself, you pick up the food anyway, making yourself take at least a few bites of everything, unless it's Aster cream. Don't say that! That's disgusting. Dude, I'd rather take it straight. Don't ruin my coffee. Not wanting to reject his kindness or the gesture itself, you pick up the food anyways, making yourself take at least a few bites of everything. How's your writing coming? You shrug. Not much has happened. Oh, whoops. If I'm honest, I don't have much of a plot, just ideas, I guess. Still very much brainstorming, researching, stuff like that. I haven't even started to outline yet. That's okay. Don't worry. If you've got the idea for the book, and you're researching and you're writing your ideas down, that book is started, okay? That book is finished. We don't know. But it's started. And we're definitely a starter. We're just not a finisher. And then what's that, if you don't mind me asking? Points to a small pile of papers neatly assembled at the edge of the counter. Even from here, you can recognize your own frantic scrawl, inking across the page. You frown, reaching for the pages, and Aster slides them the rest of the way to you. Novel, corpse flowers, about a family. Home bought cheap due to all the murders there. Family moves in. Bizarre events. Madness. Murder them all? Excuse me, am I... What? Okay, one, that sounds eerily familiar to, a certain book by Stephen King. I believe it's Stephen King, right? 2, am I not sleeping? We're playing H.P. Lovecraft. We are H.P. Lovecraft. We're not Clock. You chew your lip, frowning. You don't recall writing these, much less bringing them upstairs. It's undeniably your handwriting, but you're retracing your steps in your head when Aster's voice interrupts your thoughts. Is this The Shining? Am I gonna axe murder my family? I like the idea quite a bit. Feels very Fall of the House of Usher. You're about to admonish him for reading over your notes. But before you can, your mind leaps to an idea, incorporating some kind of eldritch horror to the story you've been trying to develop. Wait, actually this is a horror game. I like it. This is what I want to see. More horror dating sims. It certainly pulls together several of the horror elements you've been reading over. There's a deep, resonant chuckle. Excuse me, there's blood on that page! Interesting. You look up to Aster, then around you quickly, but you only find them studying a strawberry closely before popping it in their mouth. Did you say that, bro? Odd. You could have swore you heard... You swipe a pen from nearby and start writing your ideas beneath the rough pseudo-outline. You're so deeply focused on it, you forget your food and nearly forget Aster entirely. Get this down first, it's more important. You apologize a few times, promising it's just another moment or two while you get this idea down. But he only smiles and urges you on with a twist of his wrist. That's a good friend. That's a good friend. You could sense his eyes gliding across your page, although you're sure he can't make out the actual words from where he sits. What did I just read? What? Let them know you're... What the? What the? I didn't do nothing. But you're based, because I would do backshot. I would give them. I would not take them, so thank you for that at least. What the fuck? No. I'm a top. The ideas just keep flowing. Before you know it... Oh my god, my voice... I'm like losing my throat. I don't think I'll be able to beat this game, by the way, like all in one sitting, but... I'll try to play for at least 2 hours, and if we can't beat it in 2 hours, we'll make a comeback. I know this game has a few endings, so at the very least, we'll try to play half. Before you know it, Aster has finished his food, is clearing the plates and cleaning down the kitchen, and you barely touched more than the coffee. You smile sheepishly when he takes your plate, but he seems entirely unbothered. In fact, he seems rather amused by your frantic jotting. When he's entirely finished cleaning up, even clearing away your emptied coffee mug, you finally put your pen down. Seems you were quite inspired. You grin sheepishly and nod. I was. Sorry about that. Not at all. I've always found it fascinating to watch a creative like yourself at work. Thank you for allowing me to observe. No problem. Dude, he's the one. Edging has very quickly become one of my fave chatters here. Edging is scaring me. For y'all, and I'm a clown. You're a clown. Okay, well, while edging, it's fine as long as you keep it chill for the most part. That one was funny at least, so I'll let it stay. Too horny. True. I'm a bad writer. I don't do outlines. I just be writing. That's fine too. Everyone has a different process, right? I write my ideas, but I don't outline either. That's what an editor's for, okay? That's what editors are for, and I don't need to outline. I don't need to plan what I write, I just need to write. Not at all. Okay, yeah. I actually do really love watching people do their creative stuff. It's really cool. Like, one of my favorite things is I ask, like, artists I know, show me their work. It's awesome to see. I love seeing the process. Your face flushes, and you look away from the force of his smile. I should go. Allow you to enjoy your day. But before I forget... He places a key on the counter. Oh, yes, thank you. I'll walk you to the door. You walk them to the door, but Aster pauses in the foyer, looking around. Shame I didn't see my feline friend. Odd, too. He's always come to greet me until now. He has? You You wonder if you should be worried. Now that you think of it, you haven't seen him since last night. Barty! Bartholomew! Clock, when I eventually make a game, will you play it? Sure. I'll stream it too, honestly. Will it go on YouTube? That I don't know, but I'll definitely play it if you guys make games from like that you want me to play. I'll definitely play them. Sure. You know what, actually, chat? I'm gonna be right back. I just need to go check on my cats and go to the washroom and then get some water because I'm out of water too. Everything, essentially. The stream. We're playing the game. Okay, I'm sorry. I think I missed something right there. Okay. We're back. You're about to call him again when Aster holds up a hand to stop you, his head tilted as if listening. Do you hear that? You stop to listen. After a brief moment, you do hear it. Baleful meowing coming from downstairs. Excuse me, is my cat an eldritch god? Your eyebrows shoot up, and you look at Aster in surprise. Is that coming from the studio? I did just pet my cat, don't worry. He hasn't gone in there once since I've been here. You look around the little apartment, frowning. Hey, take your shoes off when you're in my fucking house, bro. What the hell are you wearing your shoes in the shoes on my carpet and my hardwood? Look around the little apartment, frowning. There aren't many places to hide. You hear it again. Meow. You and Aster follow the sound towards your bed and look underneath it. It's empty, save for a few books and papers that have escaped the piles. Chana is picked chickpeas. Thank you. I don't really like chickpeas, but I'm sure if it's a samosa, it probably tastes great. You gasp. Oh no. I think he's in the wall. Oh no, that's what cats do when they're... You can't help the shrill note that enters your voice as panic shoots through you. How the hell? You hear Barty's cries escalate to a loud yowling. There's no doubt. He's somehow inside the wall behind your bed. That's impossible. How did he do that? How is he in there? It's entirely closed off. I don't think that's our biggest concern right now. I think we should focus on getting him out. But how are we supposed to do that? I'll go get the sledgehammer. Aster hesitates visibly, then nods as if coming to a decision in himself. If you're okay with it, I can open the wall. You nod vigorously, not needing time to consider. I'll go see what tools I can find. You get to work pulling the bed from the wall. It's heavy, but adrenaline makes you stronger than you should be. Soon enough, you have the bed moved well into the center of the room by the time Aster returns. Hey, you crackheads. Crackhead cats are fighting each other. Fight! Calm down. He's got a hammer in one hand and a screwdriver in another. He shrugs when he sees you looking at him. The best I could find on short notice, but I think it'll suit just fine. Of course, of course. If you wear shoes in your house, you will most likely get foot fungus. I mean, how did the cat get in the wall? I don't know. Mine come off as soon as I get into my apartment. Yeah, as soon as you step in the hallway. Stay on until you get to your room? Oh, but imagine how much, like, you'd have to vacuum your house and stuff. Like, what are you tracking in there, you know? Like, no. Foot fungus Americans. And if you're really worried about it, at least change into, like, flip-flops or something. Like, you could do that, too. Flip-flops or slippers, but, like, nah. Shoes come off as soon as I'm in that front door. As soon as I'm in that front door, get out the front carpet. Take those shoes off. Get them the hell off of my floors. You're muttering and pacing, alternating between panicked guilt and cursing the cat under your breath. Now, I do need you to stay somewhat calm, Clock. It'll be much easier to damage your lovely new apartment if I'm not distracted by the absolute storm of energy you're giving off. Take a deep breath. It's entirely ineffective. Right. I'm calm. I'm fine. Yes, indeed. You seem so. Aster now turns his attention to the wall, tapping against the drywall with his knuckle. He opts for a spot several feet above where you can hear Barty mewing and pawing the insides of the wall. He wastes no time using the hammer and screwdriver to create a hole nearly 2 feet wide and a few inches tall. You flinch with each land of the hammer, the sound rattling around in your skull. Can you go faster? It wouldn't do to get reckless and risk scaring him enough that he tries to escape further into the wall, no? You don't have an argument for that, but it doesn't make you any less antsy. You're as much of a mess as the poor cat. Why don't you come here and talk to him? See if you can't keep both of you calm. You want me to talk to the cat? And say what? I leave that up to you. I doubt he has strong preferences on the matter. It's more the cadence of your voice that I'm thinking will help. He doesn't even like me anymore. I'm sure that isn't the case. Besides, you don't have to be his favorite to be more favorable than silence and the sounds of a hammer. Not having much of a response to that, you move to the wall, crouching down and putting your face close to the wall so that Barty can hear you better. You pick the first subject that comes to mind. Bartholomew, do you remember the first time we met? He leaves his jeans on though, he needs those to sleep. Excuse me, are you referring to me? Are you referring to me wearing my jeans sometimes to sleep? Leave me alone! It's fine. They're comfy. Camilla had just brought you home, and you were so small that you fit in her sweatshirt pocket. I'd never seen such a pathetic little thing, but you were so sweet. We fought over who got to name you, in part because I thought Bartholomew was a stupid name. Talking helps. You start to calm down. Your mind digging through the thick of fog of time to pull up scraps of a memory you barely remembered you had. Definitely not me. Look, chat. Look, I don't do it anymore, really. Only when I don't go outside with those said jeans, okay? Sometimes I'll just wear jeans around the house and I'll end up falling asleep in them. But when I was younger, I used to, like, go on these, like, huge midnight runs. And I would come back from the midnight run, and I don't know why, but I would think I was still awake, and I would, like, stay awake, and I would put on my jeans, like my normal clothes, and then I would just pass out. It would happen a lot. But it's not, I didn't run in the jeans, I ran in shorts, but, like, I would come home, put on my normal clothes again, and then just pass out. Okay, your mind digging through the thick fog of time to pull up scraps of a memory you barely remembered you had. To your surprise, Barty also seems to calm down at the sound of your voice. The meows are becoming less frantic, and the pawing sounds have ceased. Okay, I've just about finished. Step back from me, would you? You give him the space he asks for, but you're not sure how that's almost done. There's a hole about the length and width of your forearm in the wall, but how would Barty get through? Aster grips the wall with both hands and yanks it down with an alarming speed and force, demolishing most of the wall in one fell swoop. You gape at him, taken aback, and that was not what you'd expect. Aster simply dusts his hands off and looks at the wall. He looks proud of himself. When he sees your face, he chuckles softly and shrugs. Didn't want to risk getting too close to him with the hammer and accidentally clipping him, so I improvised. As if on cue, Bartholomew shoots from the now gaping hole in the wall. He looks filthy, covered in some kind of slime or muck. Ugh, it looks like blood. He sees it too! Barty moves so quickly that you can't quite tell what's covering his fur. Before you can even get a chance to grab him, he's sprinted from the room entirely. You stare after him, dazed. There, problem solved. Aster is dusting the white powder of demolished drywall off his hands, surveying the scene with detached neutrality. When his gaze swings to you, it softens. Wait, now I just have a hole above my bed, though. God, what is gonna happen to me while I fall asleep, chat? Feel better now? You nod dumbly, sinking down onto the bed and staring at the hole in your wall. You can see the inside studs of the wall and the old wooden slats of the original build of the house, but not much else. But doink! Are you certain? I can stay if you need. Let him leave? Yo, chat, let him leave? You'll ask Theo to come stay the night. You'll ask... ask him to stay the night locked. Wait, why is it locked? Why is it locked? Wait a second. Wait, what did I do wrong? Wait a second, did I mess up my dialogue options with him because I wasn't nice to him? There's only been... Look at his eye popping through that one. Look at the eye popping through. He's looking at me, chat. Wait, why is that locked? I guess, boys, we'll have to come back to that. I guess we're not doing the emo boy route first. I don't... Nah, really? You know what, chat? You know what? You know what? You know what, chat? We're going all the way back to the beginning. Give me a second. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I expected, but he didn't realize anyone else was here. Yeah! Skip. We're gonna do a bit of skipping. Wait, who am I talking to? Theo. Oh, okay, Theo. You're feeling okay, but more of you wouldn't feel right turning them away. You can't shake the feeling you didn't sleep at all. Sure. No sooner than you send off your response to you. Okay. So he just shows up. That's horror play script. Yeah, I'm working on horror. Okay. You force yourself to eat. This time, feel good this time. Yeah, not good to eat. Okay. At least at the very least, the cat's behavior is very strange. Maybe Barty just doesn't remember you. Okay. Okay, Oscar. Yeah, Oscar didn't even have a dialogue option. Let him leave. It's locked. It's still locked. I tried, chat. I tried. I tried for you. I picked the nice option, okay? I turned away the other guy, essentially. I was kind of mean to him. I guess maybe you have to replay the game to get this? I don't know. I don't know how to get him to stay. Okay. Let him leave. You'll ask Theo. Okay, chat, what do you want? Do you want Theo? The kind of geeky, the cook? The geeky baker? Or do you want Oscar? The Giga Chad editor? Who do you prefer? I guess maybe we have to do a new game plus run or something. Good water. Oscar. I like Oscar more. If I'm not gonna lie, I'm saying Oscar. Oscar. Okay, cool. It's fine, because you guys think he looks like me, kind of, but muscular and not a femboy, essentially. He's right in town, after all. Aster nods, smiling. Alright. Wait. If it's not too much to ask, can you get the cat for me? He definitely needs a bath, but... What? Aster, you trail off, and Aster barks out a laugh that sounds like snapping twigs. Certainly. Wait here. You do as he says. You can hear his footsteps upstairs, as well as the resonance of his voice, but you can't make out quite what he says to convince the cat to come back out. Soon he returns, Bartholomew cradled against his shoulder. Here you are. Thank you so much. You accept the cat, although you can immediately feel him tense, as he sinks his claws into your shoulder, stopping just short of breaking the skin. Oh. Now that our little crisis has been diverted, I'll take my leave. His smile is sharp-edged, but not unkind. How on earth will you manage without me? You chuckle, your voice more nervous than you'd like. I don't know, honestly, but I guess we'll find out. Indeed. I'll lock the door on my way out. Good luck with him. You nod and smile. I would assume it'd be like sharp laugh, like ha 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 ha, like something like, I don't even know, like high pitched maybe? Yeah, thanks. Aster's gaze returns to you. Something in his expression makes you think you misunderstood him, but he heads back up the stairs before you can finish your thought. Take care not to drown. Huh? You sigh, looking down at the increasingly ornery cat. It's just you and me now, Barty. Take it easy on me, would you? Barty does not, in fact, take it easy on you. The muck was far less than you'd anticipated. It looked far worse at a distance, and was cleaned well enough with a wet washcloth. Bartholomew, however, did not appreciate this at all. Cleaning him up felt like a full-on wrestling match, during which he managed to land a bite on your cheek. You decide he's clean enough. Big emo guy, but laughs like an anime girl. Yeah, that's what I imagine. You're absolutely exhausted, leaving the wreckage of your bathroom to be the problem of a future, more energized version of yourself. You change out of your drenched clothes. How you ended up so damp without even giving him a proper bath is a mystery. You're about to throw yourself onto the bed when you see the absolute mess of your wall. The groan that escapes you is guttural and entirely involuntary. You do not have the energy for this right now. You're standing before the mess, your body unable to comply with any commands to move or clean, when your phone buzzes loudly. It's a text. Oscar, call me, re, Columbus Project and jackass. You snort in amusement before typing back. Can't right now. Dealing with emergency. Wall broken. His response is near immediate. What the fuck? The typing symbol appears for a bit, then disappears. You wait a minute, but when no response comes, you toss your phone on the bed and turn your attention back to the task at hand. You grab a broom and a dustpan and get back to work. Not even 15 minutes later, you're covered in a thin layer of plaster dust. Most of the debris is clear, though some of it is clinging to the damp parts of your skin. You can feel it kicking your eyelashes and forming a paste on your neck. Ew, what am I doing? What? You're about to start figuring out what the hell you're supposed to do about a gaping hole in your wall when 2 loud knocks against the front door interrupt your thoughts. You frown, looking down at yourself and then in the direction of the stairs. You can't even begin to guess who would be showing up right now. The knock comes again, this time louder. I'm assuming it's my favorite somebody? You head upstairs, dusting your hands off on your jeans in an entirely futile gesture. You glance at the stained glass window and then do a double take. What the? You open the door. He came because he was worried, chat. He's a big softie. Oscar stands before you, a foul expression on his face, holding a large red metal box. You stare at him bewildered. Is that a toolbox? Do you seriously need an answer to that? You don't, but you also have no idea what's happening right now. I'm here to fix the goddamn wall. You gonna let me in? And an utter loss for words, you step aside to let him by. He's gonna move into inside my walls, chat. You head downstairs with Oscar close behind, your mind feeling like you're walking into your own personal episode of The Twilight Zone. Once in the apartment, it takes Oscar no time at all to identify the issue. What the fuck happened to your wall? It looked like a creature ripped into it. Jesus. You try to laugh dryly, but your voice sounds a little hysterical, even to you. Yeah, well, my life is falling apart. It's just one disaster after the next. The wall, well, you can see the wall. It's actually looking better now, believe it or not. There's plaster and shit everywhere. And I haven't been sleeping well at all, like crazy nightmares and insomnia. And then when I do sleep, it's like, why bother? I don't feel better when I wake up anyway, and honestly, I thought not having a next project would feel great. But the pressure, it's so much worse now than it ever was when I was on a job. And then I had this whole emergency with the cat, and I had to bathe him, and it's all just very bad. I'm not sure I'm seeing how that last one is a disaster, but anyways. Oscar walks over to the wall, tilting his head one way and then the other before putting his toolbox down. You stand beside him, and not sure what else to do with yourself, just relieved that you don't actually have to deal with this wall situation anymore. I can't fix this. Yeah, no. Your response is reflexive. Seriously? Embarrassing for you. Don't be mean. He offered to help. It's fucking annihilated. It's not like I have spare sheetrock in my rental car. Then what did you bring that toolkit over for? Is it like a comfort thing? Or like a merce? Tool box. And there's a difference between broken and a 3-foot wide hole. You're a writer. How are you so shit at words? How are you so shit at fixing stuff? I'm not a goddamn contractor. I'm an editor. I do not do manual labor. You narrow your eyes at him before gesturing to his obnoxiously perfect... Wait, excuse me. Why is perfect glitched out? Wait, what was that? I can make that go back. Wait. Perfect. I want to know what that says. Okay, it was just that. Just in a weird... Okay. Wait, go back. What is that? You narrow your eyes at him before gesturing to his obnoxiously enormous, ridiculously biceps. Wait, obnoxiously ridiculous biceps. They're decorative. You snort at him, but a smile curves your lips. Bickering with Oscar is oddly soothing. Normal. Go away. I don't need you hawking over me with your unhelpful bullshit narrations. Am I going crazy, Chad, or did I just, like, have triple flirt takes at him? You sulk, wrinkling your nose at him. But Oscar turns to look at you up and down, then traces his index finger along your collarbone. What? He leaves a trail of heat across your skin, and you flush immediately. You have no idea what your face is saying, because you have no control over it at the moment. He holds up his finger to you, arching an eyebrow. You're literally filthy. Go clean up. I'll be done by the time you're out. Your brain is too busy short-circuiting at his touch to retort, so you retreat into the bathroom. You manage to wipe off most of the dust and change into some clean sweats and a t-shirt. Once you're done, you go back out to rejoin Oscar. Your eyes immediately go to where the hole was. It's been covered, but it appears Oscar took the top sheet off of your bed and stapled it over the hole, then shoved your bed back up against it. Wow, thanks, bro. You look for Oscar to tease him because, well, it's quite obvious why. It's something you're quite eager to point out, but he's no longer in the studio. He's in the walls, chat. He's in the walls. You head out into the hall and find Oscar by the stairs leading up to the foyer, looking at the hanging pictures on the wall. What the hell did you do to my sheet? I fixed the wall. I would hardly call that fixed. It's a stapled. It's stapled very well, I assure you. You scoff loudly and roll your eyes. Another job well done. My job here is done. Oscar motions towards the wall of photos. Dozens of school photos of you and your sister over the years are scattered amongst some birthdays, holidays, the occasional parent's anniversary. Your family is nauseatingly picturesque. You frown at him, but he continues. Tell me, how are you meant to write anything interesting when your life has been all fluff and cavity-inducing sweetness? It's just dry sheet wool now. Nice. You glare at him and are about to snap a retort, but he moves on as if what he said wasn't offensive. I mean, it's not. He's already said you're a good writer, so don't be offended. But it's true, chat. The more trauma you have, the better writer you are. The better creative you are. You and your sister look a lot alike. You twins? You pause, still angry, but answer him. You can't help yourself when it comes to Camilla. No, I'm older. We get that a lot, though. You stare at a picture of Camilla, covered in colored powders and grinning after competing in one of those color runs. We're only 10 months apart, but it feels more like years most of the time. People love her. I may be the artist, but she's the rebellious, free-spirited one, not me. Well, yeah, that's obvious. You're wildly uptight. I'm not uptight. Wildly cutthroat, then. What? Oh no. He knows. He knows what I did. He knows what I did. 100% he knows that I fucking took his job. Oh no, dude, he knows. You freeze, looking at him. He arches an eyebrow. Honestly, part of me thinks Jack gave me your check on purpose. He's a dick, but he's also a coward. Never could stand anyone being mad at him. You're unsure of what to say. You can hear your own heartbeat in your ears. Your face gets hot. What? How? I thought it was greed at first, but I don't think that's quite it. Oh no. Okay, I think he understands, maybe? Hello, Scribbles? A hand waves back and forth in front of your eyes, and you're brought back. Damn, spacing out mid-conversation now. That's a lot, even for you. Was I hallucinating? You scoff and wave it off, not trusting your voice to be steady just yet. Oscar narrows his eyes at you before turning and walking back into the studio. You follow him, immediately confused. He heads to the linen closet, pulls down a blanket, and then tosses himself down on the couch. What are you doing? Do you have any idea what time it is? I'm tired. I'm not driving back to the motel after you dragged me out here at fuck all in the morning. Hey, Chad. Come here, man. Come here. Oscar, what are you doing? I didn't mean it like that. I meant, what are you doing on the couch? My bed's half empty. He rolls over so his back is to you. Bartholomew makes his first voluntary studio appearance and hops up on top of Oscar, spinning around on his hip until he curls up to sleep. He's just staying? It's unsettling how at home he acts here. It's creepy. You mentioned there's a guest room upstairs he can stay in if he prefers. It's kind of a relief to have him here. Being alone in such a big house is eerie. Yeah, bro, we can share the bed. No, it's not. Okay, it's a little weird that he found the linen closet. That's kind of random, but I mean, it's perfectly fine. And as for a guest room, I mean, that's kind of weird. He already chose to lie down here, so yeah, it's a big house. It's nice to have him here. Even if you're pretty sure he'd use you as a human shield in a heartbeat, fighting him is distracting you from whatever this feeling is. You're too tired to fight. You turn off the light and go to lay down, hoping sleep will take you quickly. It takes Oscar quickly, but seems to leave you behind. If my homie's sleeping over, he's sleeping in my bed. True, based. Except not really. He snores loudly. You roll over and find yourself face to sheet with Oscar's repair job. To his credit, it really is well stapled. He probably also used every staple you had to do it. Oh, that's gonna be a bitch to take out. Also, dude, what am I gonna fucking hear from this wall now, dude? Because those like crawl spaces behind the walls, those usually have like a lot of sounds, like creaking wood sounds, because it's like a lot of wood and wind are in there. A lot of old wood and wind. As you lay there, you start to notice sounds between the snores. They're softer, breathier, and they're coming from behind the sheet. Oh no, I knew it! No, dude. You stare at it intensely, trying to convince yourself you're not hearing what you think you're hearing. They grow in sound and intensity, crescendoing to a deep wailing. You look over at Oscar and Barty, but they're both sound asleep. The sheet starts to move slightly, as if it's fluttering, a sail in the wind. My bed is right up against it, dude. Oh, that's so fucking awful, dude. Suddenly, the shape of a face lunges through the sheet, barely restrained by the stapled cloth. The mouth is open and gaping at you, the undeniable source of the wails. The sheet presses tightly into the open jaw as if it was inhaling, sucking the cloth into its mouth as it presses. Oh, what the fuck? You can't even scream. The strangled sound you make is nothing close to what would be needed to wake anyone, and you can't move. As quickly as it happened, it's over. The face doesn't withdraw, it simply disappears. Poof. The sheet appearing untouched and unmussed, as if nothing was there in the first place. Maybe it was never there. You let out a shuddered breath. You want to run, but you can't take your eyes off the sheet. You don't dare. You scoot back off the bed to your chair, alert for any signs of movement behind the white cloth. That's just Bob the sleep paralysis demon. Last time I checked, my sleep paralysis demon didn't fucking jump scare me. He just stands there in the corner. He's chill, okay? He doesn't yell at me either. He's just chill. Sleep paralysis demon? Chill. In the corner. Hangs out. Joke's on you, I sleep only in my socks. Nice. Always not homo. Always no homo. You don't... No offense. Mine's named John. Okay, you let it... Okay, alert for any signs of movement behind the white cloth. You don't sleep. Should've just cuddled up next to Oscar. You look like shit. Did you sleep in that chair? You don't know when he woke or when the sun rose. You haven't been able to pull your gaze from the hole. You look like a goddamn gargoyle right now. Yo! Ruby Whiska, hi! How you doing? Nice to see ya. You don't respond. You can't. Distantly, you wonder if the gasping, wailing creature stole your voice for its cries. How am I? I'm good. We're playing a horror dating sim? We literally just had a strange ghost screaming at us through a curtain, essentially. Yeah, it's just my sleep paralysis demon, actually, guys. Who we clap. Right now, we're clapping this guy. We're clapping his cheeks soon. You don't respond. You can't. Distantly, you wonder if the gasping, wailing creature stole your voice for its cries. You're vaguely aware that he leaves the room, the creaking of the stairs signaling his departure. You can witness the thought pass by you as if it belongs to someone else, a theoretical version of yourself, calling him rude for leaving you without a word. But right now... Oscar places a mug of coffee in your hands. His touch is surprisingly gentle. His large hands dwarfing yours as he wraps your fingers around the mug. Drink. You're tempted, so tempted, to look away. It's easier to believe you'd be safe when he speaks to you like that. I'm honestly kind of upset at the lack of gambling. Oh, I'm so sorry, dude. I can't play a gambling game every day. Aw, dang it. Clock. What's going on? That tone again. You drag your eyes from the hole. It hurts. Gambling's my favorite. Oh no! Respond to Oscar. Ask him if he believes in the supernatural, otherworldly, hauntings, unexplainable things. Tell him you can't explain it. Things started getting weird after he got here. You can't trust him. Okay, no... Okay. The man literally rushed to our house to fix our wall after we smashed a hole through it. Aw, dang it. Chat, you're 10 out of 10. Okay, ask him if he believes in the supernatural, yeah. Yeah, because there's a fucking ghost in my wall, bro. And it just jump scared me in the middle of the night and you didn't wake up to give me cuddles. He watches you, eyes narrowed. You can see him weighing whether to take you seriously or not. Just when you're sure the scales have swayed out of your favor, he answers. I found little reason in my life to convince me one way or the other for certain. Why? You hesitate, then press your lips together tightly. No, it's too bizarre. You can't. Strip gambling, chat. Wait, what? Wait a second. Listen, Clock. I've been traveling for a long time, and I've been to a lot of places. So I've heard a lot of stories and seen some things. I don't think anything is ever truly off the table. Now, I've been honest with you. Be honest with me. Why are you asking me these things? Well, at least I'm not the only crazy one. It's a long story. It started when you feel Oscar in all your odd experiences since arriving at the house. I think there may be something wrong with the house. We got a shining going on. It's the shining. You expect a long pause. You're prepared for it. You're not prepared for his next question. Wait a second. Excuse me, Daniel. What did you just say in my chat? Are you right now? Answer me that. Just tell me right now. Are you right now? Are you watching me? Are you watching this stream right now? Naked. No, don't say yes. Don't say clocky. Dude. Prove or not true. I don't want to see that. Nah. Y'all are sick. Y'all are sick. No, it's a daddy clock, no. I didn't even put the voice on, dude. Hey, Coma, how's it going? I didn't even put the sexy daddy voice, okay? That I don't actually have. Here, wait, maybe this will help if I do it in the sexy clock voice, though. Put your clothes back on, Daniel. Put them back on. Are you gonna do that? Is that working? I know it's not sexy, but like it's the best I can do. Is it the opposite? Like, is it good? Clock, every time I've been in a VC, I've been... Okay, at least you're at home, I guess. The clothes are back on. We did it, chat. I've done it. I've used my cringe voice for the good of the world. His clothes are back on. Okay, so what is your plan then? You blink at him, thoroughly thrown. You believe me? Well, I don't not believe you. But we may as well try and figure out if something's going on. We have all these books at our disposal. Let's use them. What? No, that's a sound effect. Oscar Divvy, why did you just rip my books in half, bro? Doesn't know his own strength. Just starts ripping them in half. Let's use these books to our advantage. Doesn't start reading, starts ripping them in half to fill the hole in the wall. Oscar divvies up the piles of books between the two of you. Your pile is mostly comprised of your old journals, notes, and other assorted sources for the past few weeks. Ow, why are you bonking me? His are mostly the books you've been using for research, including your current unfinished read. You start reading, struggling to be absorbed in the material, and instead sneak some glances on Oscar. Bartholomew is curled up in his lap and is sleepily purring away while Oscar reads. It's a strange sight at first, but the more you look at it, the more it makes sense to you. It doesn't take you long to realize that Oscar reads very quickly. He is an editor. Before you finish looking through your journal, he's already finished one of the small plays and is partly through your current read. Yo, Coma, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Much love. Scribbles. This is the most boring fucking book I've ever read. The 400-page explanation on local land tax laws I read yesterday is more interesting than this. Why are you reading this? Wow. Okay. Well, sorry. My bad. He flips through the pages, seeming to skim the contents as he goes, and looking deeply unimpressed. I can't really justify it. That's been my experience so far, too. I just try not to abandon books part way, but it's very boring. Oscar tosses the book unceremoniously onto the community pile of books between you. A piece of paper falls out from between the pages of the book. Fold it into a small square. Stop ripping all my books, bro! You both stare at the paper for a moment, shocked. Oscar recovers first and picks up the paper, unfolding the many creases with impatient hands. It's your handwriting, and the pages look like they belong to your journal, but you have no memory associated with these entries at all. The page details strange noises coming from behind the wall of your room, and struggling to sleep. Perhaps most confusing, however, is the date on the page. This entry is from 2 weeks ago. I've only been here for a couple of days. Ah! 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 I dislike this room. I feel bad, because Dad was so excited to show it to me. But something about it makes me feel like I'm in an aquarium or something. Wait, what? Something about it makes me feel like I'm in an aquarium or something. On display. Yeah, the ghost is watching me. Guys, I'd be in here on that chair, absolutely stroking it. And by stroking it, I mean my my peanuts? No. I'm sorry, that was a terrible joke. I'm writing in my journal, chat. Why does it glitch out like that? What if you did just have someone watching you though, chat? Like watching you at all times. Like, would you still do it? Like if you knew and you're like, you know, you're kind of down bad, you want to do something, you know, like would you still do it? Give him a show? You know? I mean, honestly, at that point, if the guy's watching me at 24/7, like, it's happening. Like, yes, whatever, it makes it hotter? Oh, God. Oh, dear Lord. I forgot, you guys are freaks. At one point, you have to give up and just do it. He sees everything anyways. Yeah, he's already seen you take a shower, you know? The ghost has already seen you take a shower at that point. How hot the ghost is. Ghost is mega gooner. Ghost is... You don't know. We don't have... It's an Eldritch Cthulhu being, okay? What if I shower in a bathing suit? Well, you're gonna keep wearing... You're gonna take that off at some point. At some point, the ghost is gonna see you naked, okay? Unless you go change outside. I'm zonked. Good night. Hey, have a good night. I'm gonna wrap up soon. I don't think I'll be able to finish this whole game in one sitting anyways. No, I'm good. Thank you though. I dislike the room. I feel bad, because Dad was so excited to show me, but I can't bring myself to like it. It's not my room, it's a guest room. Aw, that's kinda sad. Turn to another page and find an entry from more than a week ago. It's a bit more recent, but still disorienting to say the least. I know this sounds crazy, I do, but I think there's someone trapped in the walls. Or something. It seems too wild to possibly be true. But when else would I be hearing the sounds of scratching when I lay down at night, coming from inside the wall? It could just be the rats, the squirrels. I had squirrels one time and it was fucking terrifying. As if I needed another reason to dislike this house. There's definitely mice in the walls. I can hear them scurrying around. Yeah, there you go, okay. Oscar leans over the coffee table and grabs one of the small piles of paper he's assembled of varying sizes and widths and passes it to me. Do you think that has anything to do with this? You stare at the pile, but not a single spark of recognition lights. Where did you get these? Entirely unfazed by your question, he shrugs. That's my bad, it's just me and you're in my walls? Oh, okay. Alright. Your bed. They were all a messy pile under the pillow. Some under the bed. Have you seen them before? You stare at them, frowning. The unnerving feeling of not being able to place the papers, more bothersome than you would have anticipated. Did you read them? I didn't go through them, but I couldn't help reading this one. It was just right on top, so... He trails off, gesturing the pages towards you, and offering. Stop ripping them in half! You accept them and begin to leaf through them, trying to remember anything about them. There's writing on the top page, but it's not yours. It's Camilla's. The message is very simple. Don't trust Clock. Hey, you can trust me, chat. You can trust me. Pfft, I'm just Clock. Chat, you can trust me. What? Why did Camilla's my sister, by the way. The rest of the page is covered with handwriting that is yours, but that you can't place in time or space. You can't even read the writing. It's scrawling nonsense. Words on top of words on top of words. My cat is bad. It's jumped on the desk again. The only words legible on the page are on the very bottom of the page. One sentence is printed clearly and concisely in your handwriting. They know I know. What? You're watching, paying attention when it happens. You're looking at the page when it goes entirely blank. The only thing remaining on the page is a small doodle of your front door and the stained glass windows beside it. What do you mean the page just went blank while I was looking at it? What? Your gaze immediately goes to Oscar to point it out, but his expression is unchanged, his eyes roaming the blank sheet as if there's still something on it for him. Say nothing, he's obviously faking it. Maybe he's not actually him. Maybe he's not actually him either. Ask him what the page says. Ask him if he saw the pages change. Okay, I'm saving? I'm saving? What the hell, bro? What the hell's going on with this game? It went from cutesy dating sim to like, there's a fucking eldritch god in my wall, and he's trying to murder me. God, I hate when that happens, yeah. Moving my new house, ghosts in my walls, scratching and whispering in my walls, screaming at me while I sleep, kidnapping my cat, trying to get me to murder my family. What the hell is this, man? Let me murder my family on my own terms, okay? Not through possession. Okay, I'm gonna ask him if he saw the pages change. Yeah, we saved the cat, don't worry. But that also led to us making a giant hole in our wall that made it easier for the ghost to, like ear rape us at night. Write it down, what you saw. You grab a pen and a piece of blank paper, and begin to quickly try and imitate the writing you saw. Can't remember all of it, so you make sure to get the most important pieces. Can't remember anymore. In a moment, the memories are gone. You look up at Oscar, eyes wide, and his eyes meet yours. You don't bother to explain what just happens. He seems to have figured it out based on the way his frown deepens. The minutes pass too slowly and the hours pass too quickly. You know it's been at least 3 hours, but beyond that is anyone's guess, and you're still not comfortable trying to sleep. Something deep inside you is whispering, very convincingly, that if you fall asleep, the thing behind the wall will find you. We need a break. His interruption is so sudden that you don't know how to respond at first, simply blinking up at him. You narrow your eyes at him, disliking the idea. I know that look, that half-crazed, half-asleep expression. You look just like you do when you fall into a writing hole. I don't want to lose momentum. Not now, now, Scribbles. You and I both know that the writing hole is not where you do your best work. You need a break. You're going crazy locked up in this house. There's a low chuckle. What the hell, dude? Who's laughing? The Eldritch Ghost is laughing at me. Quite. Oscar, I'm serious. I don't want to stop right now. Well, I'm more serious. And what's more, I'm hungry. So you must be too. I don't even know when you last ate. Apparently, I ate a piece of bacon yesterday, and that was it. Over your dead body, will you admit that you don't know either? Smart money's on you not eating anything all day. Let's go get something to eat outside. Fresh air would be good for you. Yeah, take me out to dinner. What else can the ghost do besides yell at you? He also kidnapped my cat and took him inside the wall. He also scratches the walls while I sleep. That's not cool. Also, apparently he's been possessing me to write, and I have no memory of writing any of this. It's not great. I won't lie. Not my favorite type of ghost. A nice change from being trapped in this creepy-ass basement all day and night. He's absolutely relentless, so you cave. Decide to go out to pick up some food. There's a decent Thai place in the next town over. We're going over to the next town just for food? What the hell? I'm hearing the ghost does your work for you. Pog. Wait a second. No. AI Ghost Rider! No! It's worse than AI, chat. It's a ghost. He's trying to steal my credit. Rich people shit. God damn it. You let him take the lead. The hall feels strangely long as you head upstairs. When you get upstairs, you find yourself hesitating. Oscar doesn't notice and heads straight through to the door, swinging it open. When you don't follow, he turns back to look at you. Clock, you good? You can't answer. You're looking past him, to where the door is transformed into a giant, gaping portal, a throat looking to swallow you both whole. Hey, yo. I mean, if it wants to, you know, as long as it's consenting. I mean, alright. Black, dark ichor drips from the doorframe like saliva pools on the floor. Distantly, you hear screaming, loud and rasping and straining. It's only when you take a deep breath that you realize the screaming is coming from you. Oscar is across the room, and to you in moments. He grabs you by the shoulders, and you dimly register the terror on his face. You've never seen him look so afraid. His grip on your shoulders is firm. He tries to say something, but you can't hear him over your own voice. The tearing screams in your ears. He starts to pull you towards the door, and you begin to thrash with all of your strength trying to get away. You'll die. You'll die. What's worse than death? Many, many things are worse than death. and all of them await you within this darkness. You begin to rip at your own flesh, grabbing your head, scratching out your own eyes, clawing at your throat. Oscar grabs at your arms to try and stop you, and instead your fingers find purchase in his forearms. Your nails sink into the flesh on his arms and rip. What am I doing? The sensation is somehow satisfying. This is the welling of blood from his skin. But still, he doesn't release you. Oscar pushes you back further into the house, pressing you to his chest tightly, squeezing your whole body with a warm, consistent pressure. The screaming in your mind is the first to stop, allowing you to finally truly hear yourself and control your own voice. I think we're in a haunted house, chat. I don't think the ghost wants me to leave. Your throat feels shredded, and your screams finally cease. Your mouth is painfully dry, and each breath feels more like hot smoke than oxygen. Finally, you come to your senses and truly calm down. This ain't a dating sim, brother. If I ain't dating someone by the end of this game, I'm gonna freak. Is the ghost gonna start paying rent? True, but I don't think so. Oscar releases you, slowly, holding your arms for cupping your face gingerly in both hands. Hey, kitty, no! You stay away. You don't do that. Come here. It's Udon. He's standing next to my PC, and I know he's gonna jump on it. My cat, guys, if my cat jumps on my PC, sometimes they press the power button. His face is still pulled taut into a mask of absolute terror. Lock. He's calling you, but your focus is locked on the deep bloody gouges you raked into his arms. Through his shirt. How the hell did you do that? I haven't clipped my nails in a while. I guess it's getting really bad, isn't it? You realize Oscar is talking, not just saying your name. It takes a concerted effort to focus on his words. Your mind feels fogged with a dark mist, separating you from the surrounding world. What the fuck happened? What was that? Are you okay? Tell him about what you saw. Apologize for scratching him. Stare at him. You can't make yourself say it. Let's tell him what we saw. I feel like at this point, apologizing is just not worth it. No wonder the cats hate us. Yeah, we tried to walk him outside and that happened to the cat. Jesus. Tell him about what you saw. Yeah, that. His face contorts as you explain with stilted words what you saw. I didn't see it, Scribbles. I couldn't see it. Was it real? God, you hate how small and ruined your voice sounds. His gaze darkens. I can't. I don't know, Clock, but I think you're right. It's the house, and you need to get out of here. Somehow. I know a trick. You just jump out the balcony. It always works. I don't think the house wants to let you go. I think we have to convince it somehow. But what about Bartholomew? Camilla would never forgive me if I just... Jesus Christ, we'll bring the fucking cat! That's really what you're thinking about right now. We'll bring the fucking cat. How are we supposed to get out of here? He doesn't answer you, and he doesn't release you. He slides his hands from your cheeks to the side of your neck, his thumbs grazing over your bottom lip as he does, sending a shock of electricity straight to your stomach. His hands rest on the sides of your neck, his thumb resting over your pulse point for just a few moments. Then his hands are moving again, brushing over your shoulders and back down your arms, where you can feel the ghost of the grip he'd used to try and prevent you from hurting yourself. His hands travel down to your hands, and he holds both tightly, one in each hand. Look at me. Oh my god, cat. You're in the way! You're in the way! You're so cute, but you're in the way. Go over there. Yeah. You hear that shake? Go over there. Come on. Get in your box. Oh, cat ass in my face. Sorry. Sorry. Cat problems. You do. Your vision locking on the deep brown of his eyes. His gaze burns. Then, as if they burned him, he drops your hands from his. Let's go. He leads you back downstairs. He's moving quickly, taking 2 stairs at a time. You have to hurry to keep up with him. Oscar goes straight to your books again, picking up the play you've been reading, and skips ahead to Act 2, where your bookmark is holding your place. Wait, weren't you in Act 1? Oscar opens the book past your bookmark, delving deep into Act 2. You You get a sinking feeling, a strong sense of dread and foreboding that threatens to physically bring you to your knees. Ah, here it is. Okay, I know what to do. His voice is suddenly drowned out. You whirl around to the wall, where the sheet is secured over the hole. The ichor has returned. It's seeping through the spaces between stables, oozing through the sheet. It's as if it's following you, as if you'd lost it, and now it has found you. You hear Oscar rummaging around behind you, and the sound of scissors cutting. What is he doing? You turn to him, desperate to make him understand. You need to run. Something is coming. Something dangerous. You can feel it. You have flashes of some kind of dream, nightmare, vision, of the arcing swing of an arm and a spray of blood, the overwhelming smell of rotting flesh. You make to run up to the stairs, but Oscar catches you by the arm before you've gone more than a few steps. Wait! I just need to grab something. Wait! I just need something from the closet. You're shaking your head frantically, your breath coming in heaving gasps. No, 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 no. Your voice sounds as painful as it feels, but you can't keep the desperate plea inside. We need to go now. You turn towards the stairs again, and this time, Oscar places himself between you and the stairs. Fear and rage flare up within you. You try to rush past him anyway. You're beyond waiting, beyond patience, beyond reason. You are prey being run down by the predator, and Oscar was the idiot standing between the two of you. You need to run. He needs to run now. Can't you just fucking trust me and wait 2 minutes? No, you don't understand. We have to go. If you run up there right now, the only thing that will happen is a reenactment of what we just saw, potentially with more eye gouging. Wait! You let out a snarl of rage. Just go. You go then. You can't stay here. You're going to die. Your mind fills with images of Oscar cleaved by shadows, his mouth opening in a silent scream. It fills you with a panic that crests into fury. You're so arrogant. You think you know everything, and you're going to get us killed. We're going to die. Just go. Go without me. Leave. Oscar sputters. It's strange to see him speechless. He rakes his fingers through his hair, looking around him with a crazed look in his eyes. His eyes land on yours, and his expression shifts from something wild to a fierce kind of determination. Oscar closes the gap between the two of you in a step that feels more like a lunge. Catches your face with one massive hand, his other pulling you in by the small of your back, and his mouth collides with your... Hey, yo, what? This is not the time to be romantically pulling me into a kiss, brother. What? It's a desperate, frantic kind of kiss, and you find yourself kissing him back with equal intensity. Alright, never mind. Apparently I'm into it. Okay. Alright. Okay, let's get sloppy with it, I guess. Gripping a handful of his soft brown curls and crushing him to you, pressing yourself against him as if you could eliminate any and all space separating you. It's like there's a ghost right in the wall trying to murder me. You're overwhelmed with the pure need and heat. It's absolutely terrifying, but for a few moments your mind is so much clearer, and you feel like you can inhale. You can smell the scent of his aftershave, faint traces of pine wood and smoke, and feel his teeth scraping against your bottom lip. It pulls you back from whatever void you've been spiraling into, and hurls you back into your body. He breaks the kiss, his chest heaving as he tries to catch his breath. Immediately, your cheeks flush with embarrassment. Did you just kiss me to make me shut up? Or was it to make me listen to you? That's manipulative as fuck, you piece of shit. The hysterical sounding laugh, so very unlike him that erupts from him, cuts you off. If I wanted to manipulate you, that is the last thing I would do. I know you better than that to resort to it. I know you well enough to know that I could never sway you, and certainly not in my favor. But that's it. You're it. That's just how it is. So no, I'm not leaving you. I can't leave you, so stop fucking asking. He releases you abruptly, leaving you stunned and reeling from his admission. Returns to the sweatshirt he must have pulled from your closet. Your gaze is pulled towards the hole in the wall. As you watch, you can see movement behind the sheets. Out of nowhere, maggots burst through the sheet. It tears open and they spill en masse, pouring over each other in gray, wriggling clumps. Oscar! You can hear them hitting the floor, pouring from the hole in the floor, falling off the side of the bed. They clamber over each other, forming a shape against the wall. It's the outline of a tall, thin person, but you're entirely certain it isn't a person. No, they're just a bunch of... It's not a person. It's a bunch of maggots in a trench coat. That's all it is. Goddamn maggots. Suddenly, Oscar is jamming a sweatshirt over your head, backwards. He yanks up the hood and you find that he's cut 2 eye holes, poorly mapped and askew into the hood. He takes a long piece of ribbon and ties it around your forehead, securing the hood tightly to your face. He takes your face in his hands, and it's hard to breathe through the hood with the cloth pressed against your mouth, but you don't want him to let go. That's a little kinky. We're going upstairs, and when we get up there, I'm going to tell you what to say. He has to yell over the sound of the maggots, spilling endlessly from the wall. Is he seeing them too? Say exactly what I say. Think it too, screaming in your mind and nothing else. You understand me? You nod once, just as the entire room shudders with the sound of something breaking away from the back wall. And he doesn't want to wait to make sure you understand. You're both sprinting up the stairs. I guess he sees the maggots. Jesus. When you get upstairs, you freeze in the foyer. It stinks like rotting meat, like decay. A gray steak darts in... A gray steak. A steak. Or a streak. I'm gonna say streak, because I don't think we just saw a floating steak go by. A gray streak darts into your field of vision, and before you can register what's happening, Oscar has left your side, bending down and then returning almost immediately. Bartholomew is tucked under his arm. Nice cat! Cat's acquired. Looking stunned to have been seized in such a manner. The rumbling from downstairs is getting worse, making the entire foyer shudder. You both charge for the door, and you feel the terror rising up to consume you once more. You hear a voice cut through the air, reverberating off each wall as if it came from everywhere at once. It didn't sound like a voice, or even human, despite you easily understanding the words. What the... Excuse me? Yo, play that back. I didn't see that very well. Whew. That was cool as hell. Unmask, little scorpion. There's no need for this disguise. I know you. I know you. Oscar is wrestling with the cat, who tried to bolt when the voice began. Can they hear it too? Say you wear no mask. Oscar yells as he gets Barty firmly by the scruff, frantically struggling off his jacket to wrap around the thrashing creature. I wear no mask. The house shudders again, but as you lunge towards the door, the Ichor doesn't appear. You shout it again and again, and you both burst forward, sprinting onto the deck and into Oscar's car, where things are entirely peaceful, quiet, and calm. From the outside, there are no signs of what's going on within. Oscar swings open the car door and throws a very angry Bartholomew into the car, slams the door closed, and then leans his back against the door, slumping against the vehicle. Standing in front of him, you can feel the fog pull back from your mind, more and more of yourself returning. Your memories become clear once more. The recollection of your parents' and sister's trip no longer hazy in your mind. Your arrival home after they left, the time you've spent here since arriving, all has returned to how you'd once known it to be. Oscar lifts his head up to look at you and grins. He's trying to hide his relief behind a smirk. He unties the ribbon and lowers your pseudo-mask. The fresh air is heaven in your lungs. So, I bet you'd like to hear how I figured that out. He's so damn smug. I love this, like, smug smile he's got. Care to bask in my brilliance? Grovel in thanks for my heroics? No, I would not. You grin at him, and he gathers you up in his arms, pulling you tightly to him, his voice dropping to a growling purr. Let's see what we can do to change that, shall we? His mouth crashes against yours. Wait, you're safe now. He murmurs, burying his face into your neck, holding you to him. Snuggles. Is that what you really wanted, little scorpion? Did you find what you seek? Somehow, I suspect not. Yo! Oh, it's filling in! Okay, I see you. Oh my god, this game is good. What the fuck? Okay. Okay, so clearly, chat. Clearly, that's not the true ending. I think we're gonna have to play a little... There's an extras. I think we're gonna have to play this again. I'm gonna leave it off here. I like that. Oh my god. This Eldritch horror visual novel is good. I do wish it had some more arts, some more CGs maybe, but That's kind of good. Have to beat all the endings to get the true ending? Probably. I assume the other 2 boys I have to play as. There's also definitely something with Aster, right? How his route is locked. So maybe on like the 3rd route. What if it was the cat all along? Then I guess I'm living with it because I'm not getting rid of my cat. Oh my god, this is a good story, dude. Okay. I guess you could say we're gonna take a gamble. Let's go gambling! Aw, dang it. That's the first aw dang it, chat. We gotta get a couple more aw dang it's to get the winner! So, we'll play this again soon, okay? YouTube, thank you so much for watching. We're gonna get all the endings in the next video, and we're gonna let all our farts out, okay? Chat. But if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to see the next episode with all the endings, okay? I'll put all the endings in them, okay? So thank you so much for watching. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time, okay? Peace. This has been Clock.